Hi, I'm Heidi Harris. I have 4 children at Tri-State Christian Academy. 2 are in middle school and 2 are in elementary school. And I'm excited about the opportunity to talk with Dr. Dernlan today and get to know you and see if you can answer a few questions. As a parent, there's been a lot of transition taking place at the school recently, and we know that there are a lot of concerns out there and some questions that we just would like to see if you can give us some clarity on.
Sure.
First, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Born and raised in Ohio. I have a wife of 18 years and 4 children, and there are 2 boys and 2 girls. The 2 boys are 14 and 12, and 2 girls are 11 and 8. Just had a birthday, so Boaz, Zeke, Rebecca, and Anna. So attended Purdue University, majored in communication and education, and then taught a few times, a few different places, got drawn into the wrestling world that had been my background before. Was able to coach at Purdue and Ohio State and Penn State, Lehigh and Ashland.
Wow.
Even lived at the Olympic Training Center for a couple years, trying to make a couple Olympic teams. So that was fun. But God just kept pulling on my heart to go into Christian education. So I went back and got a master's and doctorate and focused on Christian education, focused on spiritual formation of children in Christian schools and how we can do that best while still training them in excellence in education. So that's a little bit about me. I'm so excited to be part of Tri-State. It's a great community. And,
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for taking time to talk with me.
How long have you been in Christian education now?
Specifically in Christian education out here, it's 6 years.
6
Been out
years.
here 6 years. Yep.
Well, we're very excited that you've decided to join with Tri-State Christian Academy, and we're looking forward to the improvements and the things that we've already seen taking place there.
Yeah.
So with that being said, why don't you tell me some of the great ideas, the improvements, the things that you're looking forward to in this next year. I've seen the landscaping. I got to tell you, I'm a lawn girl. I love being outside. I love mowing and making the flower beds look pretty. So I saw that as soon as I pulled in. I was like, oh, that looks awesome. What other things do you have in mind? I heard something about lights. Did that take place recently?
It did. We just we believe that Christians should do everything with excellence. And whether it's new lighting that we put in today, down all the main hallways on the first floor, we put in new lighting. They're brighter. We need a bright environment for the children, and then they're also more cost-effective and more efficient. So it's really nice. That was done last night, and we're looking to make more of those improvements. The landscaping that was done, painting the side of the building so that we continue presenting ourselves with excellence. So some physical things we're going to continue to do. It's going to be nice. Continue to paint, continue to improve the bathrooms, and look at some of those situations. We're blessed with a nice building, and we just want to present it with excellence. So those are some of the physical things. Some of the things where we are looking to improve on is in the area of technology. It's so important in this today's day and age to allow the kids not only the tools of learning in the books, but also how to use those tools in today's society. And so to have a computer lab, to get the students using some of the technology, whether it's bringing in the Windows suite and the Office suite to get them trained on Excel or PowerPoint at an early age, getting them on keyboarding in 4th, 5th, 6th grade so they type with excellence. So all the things they're learning when they get older, they can just present and put down on paper, and so those are some minor things. But then just some technology, bringing in some technology, some document cameras so that the teachers can quickly present things to all the students. Most schools around America need to improve in their area of writing when children are coming into college. That was one advantage I had working at colleges and at the admissions process for a decade. Most students, elite private schools, public schools, writing skills need to be improved. So we're going to look at increasing grammar and writing and doing some of those things. And then some of the things that I think we can do is bring our own dual enrollment program to the campus. Something I've been excited to do at a few schools in the past 5 years is to bring in our own dual enrollment program with a local Christian university so that students graduate with college credits. Right now, we're currently going off campus and going to Cecil College and earning credits that way. But if we can do it in-house from a Christian school and get credits from a 4-year college, a 4-year accredited college, one of our schools that I put it into place with 5 years ago now has students graduating with 57 college credits.
Wow.
57. So 2 years of
Wow.
college already under the, and they never leave campus. They never leave campus. They do it right there. You just need to hire people with master's degrees in their field. So we can gradually hire people with masters and doctorates, or encourage our current
Right.
teachers,
We have several teachers
to get
right.
certified, or start with the ones that we already have in that. So expanding the opportunities. Higher ed is really moving quickly. There's so many more exciting things. So, and if we can start hiring in people that continue to advance in those areas, it'll be great. But we have great teachers right now. We can train the staff. Those are some of the things. And
So are you going to continue with the Cecil College partnership?
Yes, we are. I didn't
Okay.
mean to allude that we aren't. So we're going to continue with that and look for ways to do even more.
Good.
Make more opportunities, because Cecil College, it's great, the opportunities that we have there have
Right.
really been effective for the students.
Right, right,
So
sure.
I like adding opportunities, adding options. If we can add more sports, if we can add more music and art, it helps with the whole learning. We're created in the image of God. He is the great creator, and so if we can create in the areas of art, or be creative on the athletic field, or use our bodies. Just there's so many opportunities that we need. Kindergarten through 6th grade, adding opportunities there. Kindergarten through 5th, in the areas of sports and after-school activities. I was out at Soccer Shots the other day. That program's going really well. So many kids out there.
It's
fun
cute
to,
seeing the little kids
Yeah,
run around, isn't
yeah,
it?
Yeah, it was great. But more and more opportunities, so that the kids can do the things that God has created for them to do, and that's different for every child.
Right.
So the more opportunities, the better. Adding in some electives, some after-school clubs, advancing our math Olympics, our science Olympiads, starting those programs. So I'm excited. I think you can tell I'm excited. But
I am, yeah.
And Tri-State is a really, really good school. It's a really good school, and we're looking forward to ways that we can make it better, just as we do at all our schools.
Well,
If we stop trying to be better at any of our schools, then we're not in a good place.
Right.
We always want to improve. So.
right. I'm partial because, I have 4 kids there, so I'm glad you think it's a great school.
Yeah,
That means
yeah.
that my kids
Yeah.
are a part of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad you mentioned aftercare or after school programs, because, our aftercare has been, a little bit, for my kids, sometimes they come home and they go, "Oh, you left me in aftercare, Mom."
My kids say the same thing. Not many people enjoy aftercare, no
Right.
matter how it's being run. And if we
Right.
can get opportunities that the kids can do something instead of being in aftercare, I think that'd be helpful to the kids, to the parents. So.
I like that you're mentioning opportunities, activities, ways to grow from beginning to end, not just in the middle of the school day, but looking at the aspect from before school, during school, after school, and then continuing sports and continuing education.
Yeah.
So it seems like you're looking at the vision as as a whole, what encompasses the whole of Tri-State Christian Academy and our children, that are involved there.
One other thing I want to mention is we do have the approval as a non-public school in the state of Maryland, but I'd also like to pursue a national accreditation through a Christian
Really?
body. So we're a member of the ACSI right now, which is nice. We can do some things. So we had a student that just won the spelling bee, the national
Yes.
spelling bee. It was so cool.
Yes, Brandon Ho?
Yep. So it's really neat. But I'd like to pursue accreditation, and that's a tough process. As you know, going through the Maryland process for approval of non-public schools is tough. Similar amount of work to be accredited by a national Christian organization. So if we can pursue that, it'll continue to raise the bar. If we just set the bar for ourselves and seek to attain it with excellence in our organizational practices, our teaching methodology, so that's one of the goals that we have for the school as well.
I'm sorry if you just said this. Have you gone through this process before with one of your other schools?
We have. So Tall Oaks is accredited by a national organization. Red Lion Christian Academy is accredited by a national organization. I serve on a national accrediting body. I was just down in Texas 6 weeks ago at a 1,000-person school in Texas and going through their documents. And it's about a 1.5 year long process to work and get accredited. But it just keeps raising the standard. We're members already. of the ACSI. So
Okay.
to get accredited would be really nice.
And that would just be in addition to our state approval.
Yes, addition to it. Yes, and then
Wow.
if we did the Mid-Atlantic accreditation, that would be another one as well. And we bring ECFA as well, which is a highly recognized financial accrediting organization, and to Tri-State as well. So
Good.
that's nice.
So I have to ask, all this sounds really good, and I'm enjoying hearing your responses. My kids have come home, and they said, Mom, we met Dr. Dernlan. He's great. He's so funny, and, and they're making this connection with you. So what happens when you hire a new principal? Do we have candidates? When will they be coming in? Will you all of a sudden disappear, and now we have to start this whole process over with a new person? Can you explain a little bit what your planning is for that?
Those are great questions. I've loved getting to know the students, and especially the kids in the elementary walking down the hall. There's always little voices saying, Dr. Dernlan, and waving, and I'm even getting hugs from them now, and it's fun. They're really great. And we are looking at hiring a principal. We've already had 9 applicants, and we're starting the interview process. And we've had them send in more information, statement of faith, philosophy of education, all of those things. We want to vet them well from a distance. Mm-hmm. And then when we get it down to the final candidates, we'll bring them onto campus, have them tour the campus, and interview them and vet them well. What we're looking for at Tri-State is someone who's relational, someone who can connect with the kids, someone who can really engage with the children and understand the Tri-State culture and family. It's a family atmosphere.
That's important.
Cecil County is a special place that really has a unique atmosphere. It reminds me a lot of my hometown of 1,000 people in Logan County, Ohio. It's nice. It's family friendly. It's a lot of relational elements that this person's going to need to have. And they're going to need to be a hard worker. And I hope it's someone who enjoys working with me, because I do intend to be at Tri-State quite often. I got that question the other day, if I was just going to disappear next year. No, not at all.
Good.
I'm there for the long run. I've fallen in love with Tri-State, and it's funny. I've had the question. You oversee a lot of schools. How do you do that? Don't you have favorites? And it's like having 4 children. I have 4 children. You don't have a favorite. Each one of them's different. Each one of them's unique, and you love them all. And you love them all in different ways and help them to grow in different ways. So we're going to find a principal. We're going to get that person, Lord willing, by July 1st.
Okay.
If we could have the person on board by June 15th, we could start the process. And
That's fast.
it is.
That's right around the corner.
It is. I've been doing work on it. I was at the office really late last night working on some of those things and corresponding with people with the interviews. So it's going to be fun. So we're going to have someone who loves the kids and connects with the kids and can really advance the school in a lot of good ways.
When this transition first took place, I was really impressed by a lot of the families who have had experience with Reach. They were so welcoming. They were saying, welcome to the family. This is awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And, in keeping with the family atmosphere,
Yep.
for them to make statements like that to Tri-State Christian Academy, that they were excited and they were welcoming us. I think even one of our games that we had here recently at Red Lion, they gave all of our athletes soft pretzels and waters, and my kids came and they were like, Mom, Red Lion gave us some waters and soft pretzels for after our game. So it was very welcoming.
And Lord willing, that's what you'll find. We want to create that atmosphere, a Christian community. A Christian community, and it's so nice when Christians work together and band together and advance Christian community. God didn't call us into a life of isolation. He adopted us into His family.
Right,
and
we're all part of that body.
Yeah, it's so nice. So people have been praying at the other schools over in Delaware. They've been praying for Tri-State, and like you said, welcoming with soft pretzels and
with kids, it's food. They see the food.
Yeah, and students at both schools have said, are we ever going to get together as all the schools? And we've been doing that with the schools one time a year where the high schoolers all get together. They worship God together, and they do some activities together, and they eat food together and interact and continue to build that Christian community, encourage each other and build each other up and sharpen each other for Christ. So
I love that.
That's our primary mission, is to keep Christ at the center of all things. And He's the one who is so integral, obviously the unifying factor in all of our subjects. So we hear about Common Core, we hear about all these different things. We have no core but Christ at our schools, and we're focused on that and advancing. So
Good.
Getting deep into the questions here. Any other things that are on your mind?
One more. When we were playing sports here at Red Lion, my son passed some of your baseball fields.
Okay.
He says, "Mom, are we going to get to have the opportunity?" Now, at Tri-State Christian Academy, they have a baseball, softball program, depending on how many students are active. Yep. I'm not sure if they offer that in middle school, but he was excited to see some of the facilities that you had here and said, "Will I get to play with Red Lion or for Red Lion while I'm at Tri-State?" And while my other daughter, who's already on a team, is saying, "Are we still playing against Red Lion?"
Yeah.
So, what's your desire to see with our sports teams?
Well, they're going to be kept separate. They're going to be kept
Great.
separate intentionally. We like the athletic program that's going on at Tri-State, and being in a different state. That's how we need to keep it anyway. So the teams have already played each other 3 times in soccer and a couple other times in standing in a circle, holding hands with each other, praying afterward, giving out soft pretzels, and there's a different kind of common bond there between these schools that don't. It doesn't exist with other Christian schools. It's just a really neat and special thing, and it'll grow over time. Change is new, but we're excited to have the opportunity to be at Tri-State. I'm really happy to be there.
Well, thank you very much for letting me come and interview you and ask you a couple questions. I know I've talked to some families, and we've discussed the same things that we've discussed here today. And the most important thing, I think, is that people feel that they're welcome to come and ask you, that you have an open door. I think you've been meeting with some families throughout your day in the school, welcoming them to make an appointment and to schedule to meet with you.
Yep.
So I appreciate your transparency in being willing to answer some of my questions so that we can share it with our families.
If any of the Tri-State families want to meet with me, just email Mrs. Scarborough and Amy at the front desk. And
she's awesome.
She's so great. And her son was hanging out in front of the office the other day, and we're starting to get to know each other, so she has a great family. But email Amy, get on my calendar, and I love meeting with parents and helping them throughout this process, because like I said, the parents are the experts in their child. We exist at Tri-State Christian Academy as a tool for parents to use who are raising their children. So we haven't covered all the questions here.
No.
We probably couldn't cover all the questions here.
Right.
I'd encourage the families to come and talk to me in person, shoot me an email, but I love talking in person and answering questions. And I thanks for your time.
Well,
it's been nice.
As we're sitting here, other questions are coming to my mind. So you're definitely going to get
them
emails from me.
All right.
I'm going to be sending those emails in with further questions as they come.
Very good.
But I do appreciate your time tonight, and thank you very much for sharing what's on your heart and the vision and the goals for Tri-State going in the future.
Thank you. Thanks, Heidi.